welcome to another World of Tanks subscriber replay. My name as always is Maxwell and today's video is from the user. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce that name, so we're just going to call him Kampf. And he's driving the Panzer V, the Panther M10, on a standard battle on the Fjords. And doing what the medium tank should do, which is immediately head to the northern area and take up a position on that mountain pass there, following in behind the light tanks. But as you can see, there's apparently a distinct lack of heavy tanks on this team, so almost all of them are medium and light tanks anyway, so the medium tanks having to fill the role of the heavy tanks. So just going to speed it up a little bit until he gets to the top of this hill, because this medium tank not known for its speed and manoeuvrability, unfortunately, so it's going to take him a bit of a while to get to the mountain pass. So finally reaches the northern area, and it looks like they've got a light tank and a medium tank already up here, and the enemy is pushing with some tank destroyers. Spots out an SU-122, going to have a shot at him, unfortunately doing a 0 damage critical, but that does not phase him, and he continues pushing forwards, not stopping to return fire on who fired at him, but just pushing forward regardless of what's happening, focusing fire on the other medium tank there, leaving our man Kampf here just to have 3 shots at them. The Stug 3 now also just pushing forward regardless of what's going on, realises that now that his allies haven't came up to support him, and gets himself killed off very, very early. So a little bit of a suicidal push there, coming forward when they really didn't have the backup, charging headlong into 3 enemy tanks and getting themselves killed. T-52 trying to push forward now. Unfortunately, again, he is doing it without the support of his allies, although he has taken up a good defensive position behind this rock now and should just be able to continually spot without taking any damage in return. And Leopard comes up to offer some support. Unfortunately, it looks like the Leopard has that crap little machine gun, and he's not going to be able to do any damage to the M10 here, and just going to get himself destroyed. So again, 2 light tanks, probably not much of a match for the M10. T-52 going to try in vain to get something going here, and going to have a few shots at our man. Unfortunately, his gun's not good enough to be able to get through that front armour, and he decides just to reverse off. Well, actually, he's just going to try and duel with him out in the open instead of deciding that discretion was the better part of valour and running away, which is probably what he should have done. KV-1 nicely been able to take out his track here and then get himself into a defensive position. Unfortunately, the M10 has a much better cannon than this KV-1 has, and is going to be able to lay some serious damage on him. Down to half hit points, but the KV-1 stands really no chance here. Just 1 more shot should be more than enough to finish him off. Takes a shot for his trouble. Unfortunately, that shot does bounce, but his second one, he's got all the time in the world. Able to take out his track, not quite able to finish him off, but that one is able to do the job. So down just under half hit points now. And his team isn't doing particularly badly. It's fairly even at the moment, but they are winning by 1 kill. The score is 9-8 at the moment. It looks like they have a sizable force in the south. M4 still hanging around in this area, and to be honest, after seeing what had just transpired, that M4 should probably have just ran away and transitioned to a different part of the map, especially because the M10 here of Kampf was able to pretty much solo defend the mountain pass there and took on all comers and destroyed every single one of them, picking up 6 kills pretty much on his own. So just going to come and help this T-34-1 that is dueling with this AMX-12T. AMX-12T realises that he's been spotted, but takes a big hit in his side for his trouble, and going to take another one in his rear, deciding that the best course of action is just to run the hell away, which is absolutely what he should have done. Not quite able to get any damage on him, his shot just missing on the turret there as he dipped behind the horizon, and the 12T just going to stick his tail between his legs and run the hell away. To be honest, he doesn't really have very many places to run to though, as after he's gone through the enemy base, he's now going to have to cut up that massive hillside and back towards the mountain pass. And I mean, he does have the benefit of speed over both of these pursuing medium tanks. Unfortunately, he does have quite a lot of open ground that he's going to have to cover. He's got a little bit of cover offered by these buildings, but in a second now he's just going to have to move up and into the open, and he's just going to get himself killed. And there he goes, as you can see, trying to make a break for those rocks on the right hand side, but not quite able to get away before getting destroyed. And it looks like the Allies have now actually been wiped out in that southern area, but they have got a medium tank in the central area and a couple of other guys moving into the south and covering off the areas in the village. So Camp's just going to make his way across to the centre, so we're just going to speed it up a little bit until we get back into the action. Spots out a KV-13. Not quite able to get his gun on target before he dips back behind the rock side there, but spots out the enemy's AT-7. Unfortunately, the AT-7 does have that ridiculous 203 front armour, so let's see if Kampf in his M10 knows the weak spots that he needs to shoot at, or if this AT-7 is just going to run riot and cause havoc. Just dropping back and allowing his enemy to soak up more of the damage, his ally to soak up more of the damage, which is a smart thing to do. And it looks like he does know exactly where to shoot this guy, right in the very top of what is the pseudo turret of that tank, because obviously it doesn't have a turret. But obviously the guy's got a little bit of experience because he is rocking backwards and forwards and just making that little area a little bit more difficult to focus on. Unfortunately, he is not quite far enough away, and he does have to spin himself around now and get himself eliminated. In fact, not really sure why he decided to spin himself around there. Maybe that T-34-1 was running around him and we couldn't quite tell, but gets himself taken out. And it's just the KV-13 left. Going to see who can pick up the final kill on him. As is shot, and the T-34-1 was able to pick that one up just about. But still an impressive performance from Kampf there, picking up 8 kills in the Panzer V Panther M10. So thank you very much to him for sending that replay in. Thank you to you guys for watching, and I will catch you next time.